The effective interest method to account for interest expense is the method that's more complicated but more accurate than straight line. If you have a loan on which you make payments that are always the same amount, but a certain amount goes to principal and a certain amount to interest, those amounts are calculated using the effective interest method. If you've taken a business math class, you've heard about the time value of money, which in essence means that $1 today is not worth $1 tomorrow if there's interest attached. It's worth more. Using this method means that the amount of interest expense is different each period. There are 2 steps involved. Figure out the exact price of the bond when it's issued and build an amortization table, which is easy if you do it in Excel. This slide shows the same information we've been using for a bond issued on January 1st, 2018 at a discount with a maturity value of $100,000, a stated interest rate of 9%, interest paid twice a year, semi-annually, and calculated as $4,500. The market interest rate at the time of issuance is 5%, and the issue price is $96,149. The second part of the slide shows the amortization table for this bond. This will be further explained in the next slide. For those of you that don't do, for those of you who don't use Excel, this is a great example of why you should. The first column lists the dates of the interest payments. The second column shows the interest payment. Notice that the amount of the payment is the same every period, $4,500. The expense is calculated by taking the bond carrying value, the last column, and multiplying that by the market rate of interest, the 5%. The first expense amount is calculated as $96,149 times 0.05 for a total of $4,807. The amount of the discount being amortized is the difference between the payment of $4,500 and the expense, or $307. The discount account balance starts at $3,851, the difference between the maturity value of $100,000 and what the bond sold for, the $96,149. This amount is reduced by the $307. The carrying value of the bond increases by $307. The interest expense gradually increases until the value of the bond reaches the $100,000. The interest payment stays steady at $4,500 each period. I'm not terribly good with graphs, but this is basically showing that the carrying value of the bond gradually increases from the price it was sold for to the maturity value. The journal entry to record the interest payment every 6 months is a debit to interest expense and a credit to cash, with the difference between the 2 amounts recorded as a credit to discount on bonds payable. This serves to adjust the carrying value of the bonds as they move toward maturity. The same accounts are used each period, but the amount of the discount and the interest expense will change.